Okay guys, I'm starting the build of the Nighthawk HX200 and just taking the frame apart, the top pieces off, and I've attached the PDB here, and I've already soldered on my XT60 connector here, and I have some nylon standoffs that weren't included in the kit that I have for my own kit over here. And I'll put a link in the description of where I got a box of these. They're not that expensive. There's like $5 for like 300 pieces. So I have a standoff underneath there. And my intention is to put the receiver under there and have the antennas go out the back. And so now I'm going to attach my ESCs to the arms and solder them on. I'll be right back. Okay guys, I've got my ESCs all in. Got them double-sided foam tape on the underneath here, and some zip ties. Got them soldered onto the PDB, and I've cut off my signal wires to length for where they're going to connect on the flight controller, which will be right around here, and I'll be using the SP Racing F3 board. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and install my flight controller and my receiver and get that connected, and then at that point I just have to install my FPV system. So I'll do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got all of my ESC signal wires directly soldered to the bottom of the flight controller there. Also put in my 5-volt lead as well from the PDB into one of the open motor outputs, so it should power my flight controller. And at this point I just need to add the receiver and the FPV gear, and obviously I've got to still put the motors on, but that's going to be pretty easy. Just mount the motors and solder 3 wires to the ESCs. So I'll do all that and I'll be right back. Okay, so made a lot of progress here. I've got the flight controller mounted. I got my cable here attached to UART 3, and this is the receiver, and this is a FrSky XSR receiver right there at the bottom, and I got that zip tied in. So it's kind of nice, it's modular. If I need to disconnect the receiver, I can just unplug it there. This is the cable that will go to the camera, and that goes under the PDB there, and we'll go to the other side over here. That's where it pops out, and one side goes to the 12-volt rail on the PDB, and the other 3 go to the camera cable over here, and this will then plug into the Dragonfly video transmitter. And I'm going to actually have it mounted kind of like this backwards, and then have the antenna pointing out the rear center. I'll get that mounted and I'll show you how I do that. But these are the antennas here for the FrSky receiver. I think I'm just going to zip tie them to the frame over here just for the sake of simplicity. I think should be good enough for range. I'm not going to be going too far. So let me get the motors on and the video transmitter in. Getting pretty close to finishing this up, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I have the video transmitter zip tied to the bottom plate here in the back, and the power wires are coming out of the back and are going towards the front where the camera is, and the on-off switch is accessible, and also the button for changing channels. And I can also see the little window where the band and channel is shown. I got my zip ties here for my FrSky antenna. I'm just going to have the antennas flopping around in the back. I have a little bit of heat shrink on here, so not likely they're going to get chopped up by the props, because they're going to be up here a little bit higher. I have the pigtail kind of sitting out going backwards, and I'm just going to have this zip tied to the underside of the top plate and just coming out the center. And I'm going to put some electrical tape around here so that the top plate doesn't get grounded to the antenna. and I'll be right back. Okay guys, just about done here. I put on the motors and just solder them to the little solder tabs here on the XM20s. Lately I've been doing this where I put the motors on last, and I think that makes the build a little bit easier because the motors are the heaviest thing on the whole quad, and it makes it a little bit easier to sort of just manipulate the things that are going on inside, and it's a lot lighter and it just goes a lot faster. So lately when I'm in my builds, I've been doing this last, and I think I'm going to keep doing that because it's you know, there's not much there to it. You just have to solder on the 3 wires, and I always do them in the same order here, and go into BL Heli Suite and swap the motor direction if I need to. Let's see if I can get that into focus. Okay, so here is the video transmitter back there, and I decided to use a little pigtail to go backwards like this and through this center notch in the top plate here, instead of using one of the holes and having it come straight up. I think this method is a little bit better, where it kind of goes back and it's sort of out of the way and not less likely to get chopped off if or sheared off if something should hit it in this direction. So I think it's a little bit more secure that way. We'll have to see how strong this top plate is over here in the back, because there's no standoff here holding this together. So anyway, really all that's left to do at this point is to throw the props on and do all the software programming. I'm going to do a separate video on the BL Heli Suite programming, ESC programming, and also flashing Betaflight and my configuration steps for Betaflight for the bigger quads. I did one for the little micro quads, for the brush quads, but this one's a little bit different. So I'll do another video just for sort of, okay, I built the quad, now what do I need to do to get it to fly? And that'll be, doing your ESC programming, ESC calibration, flashing your firmware to your flight controller, and doing all the configuration like the receiver, making sure everything's working, and checking failsafe, that kind of stuff. So I'll do a different video for that, so stay tuned to my channel for that. That's probably coming up pretty soon. And I will have a Maiden video of this coming up pretty soon. I'm not sure exactly when I'll have time to go fly this, but hopefully I'll get that recorded and I'll put that up on my channel, and then get to see this guy fly. So hopefully I'll be able to do some sort of GoPro mount or a run cam mount in the front here so you get some HD video. Anyway guys, that's the end of the build video. I hope this was helpful in getting the Nighthawk HX200 built for you. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.